Welcome back to this PyTest video tutorial series. Let's get started with a little recap of how to configure PyCharm to use a test-driven development workflow. Let's use recent files with Command-N or Control-N to find our player test, and instead of pressing Enter, press Shift and Enter to open it in a right split. Perfect. Now we need to check in with our test suite, use Command-N4 or Alt-N4 to display the Run Tool window, and we'll just do a quick sanity check to make sure that our tests are still running automatically. We'll change something in our test. Good, our tests are now failing, and we'll change the surname back to what it should be. And the tests pass. Perfect. Let's create a new test for adding guardians to a player, because a player often has more than one guardian. We can take advantage of PyCharm's code completion here, as we create a player, a guardian, and then add the guardian to the player in a list of 1. We'll go on to create 2 more guardians and add them to the player as well, again passing them in as a list. Our tests are now failing rightly, because we don't have this add guardians method. Let's annotate our test with pytest.mark.skip with a reason, and then our tests will rerun, and this time we can see that we've got that notification from PyCharm to say that our test was skipped. Time to implement the add guardians method. Let's get PyCharm to do the heavy lifting again and use Option and Enter or Alt and Enter and choose Add Method, Add Guardians to Class Player. Now we can fill in the blanks. Time to Control and Tab back to our test class, remove the line with the pytest.skip marker on it, and see if our tests pass, which they do. Let's go through the same process again, but this time we're going to test for a primary guardian, the first guardian, in the event that a player has more than one. We'll create a test that has a player and a guardian, and then add the first and thus primary guardian to the player. We'll add another 2 guardians for the player, and subsequently add them to our guardian iterator. As expected, our test is failing, so we'll use that pytest skip marker again to state that it's not yet implemented. We'll Control and Tab back over to our code, and we'll use a Python property for this implementation, whereby the primary guardian returns the first guardian in the list. And Control Tab back to our test class, remove that pytest skip marker, and check that our tests now pass. Perfect. There are a lot of pytest markers that you can use. Skip is just one example. You can also check out skip if, which will skip a test when a certain condition is true, such as the operating system is Windows. You can also check out xfail, which means that test is supposed to fail, and you should absolutely worry if that test starts passing before you've finished the implementation. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can check out this QR code for more PyTest resources.